Hi everybody, it's me, Lisa T, coming at you with some positive energy, doing a Lights Out with Lisa, reading The Language of Letting Go by Beattie. I am still recovering from a horrendous night with my poor puppy, where we were up all night and he was vomiting and puking every 45 minutes, so I'm still recovering, so I'm still not at my best. I'm not the best right now. That wig was for someone special. So I was just sitting thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, but I have to keep doing my work. And I didn't really want to do this. So when I don't really want to do something that does me good, that's when I really need to do it. Do not procrastinate, like I said in a couple of videos a while ago. So we are doing August 31. Sorry, I just thought Gordy was going to be sick again. August 31, denial. Denial, the big D word. We deny that we're in pain sometimes. We deny that we need help. We deny that we're acting in addictive behaviors. We deny that, something isn't good for, there's so many things, ways we deny. We go into denial. It's not a good thing. So what was I denying the last couple of days? I think I was denying that I was in dire need of hi Joe, yay, live. I was denying that I needed self-care. I was denying, like I was in this push mode, and that's what will happen when things snowball out of control for me, is I just get into this like mode of, okay, do it, keep doing it, oh, you're needed there, oh, you need to do that, oh, okay, just keep, and I get in this like people-pleasing mode because the mode is already kicked into gear, and it's hard for me to like pull back and realize like I'm dire need. I was in denial that I was in dire need of just like self-care and downtime, and it's okay to take care of myself. It's actually good to take care of myself so that I can be a full cup when I go into the world. So denial. I've been recovering many years. Yeah, that's me. I've used denial many times, like I just spoke about. It has been a defense, a survival device. No. Oh, one of my denials was, no, I'm okay with it. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it's okay that she's treating me like that. Or no, it's okay that he did that to me. It's really okay. No, I'm not really affected by it. I denied that I was affected, deeply wounded by things. But it was a survival technique because in the past I was stuck in situations that I couldn't get out of. But now I'm a grown adult and I can say no, and I don't need to make someone else happy if it's going to make me unhappy. So I can accept these things now. So it was a defense before, a survival device, a coping behavior or coping mechanism. I coped with my life and my situations because I was stuck in them. So to cope, I said, it's okay. I'm not really bothered by it. No, I actually know this is good for me. I like this, actually, like a real hardcore denial. So, and at times almost my undoing. So it was a coping device, and at times almost my undoing. Yep, it actually made me want to take my own life. So it has been both a friend and an enemy. Denial has been both a friend and a foe. When I was a child, I used denial. Oh my God, this is my reading. When I was a child, I used denial to protect myself and my family. I protected myself from seeing things too painful to see and feeling things too overwhelming. If I was to feel what I was going through when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, if I was to feel all those things, I would have imploded. So it was too overwhelming to feel. Denial got me, oh my God, this is a big reading. Okay, here we go, guys. Denial got me safely through many traumatic situations. It's amazing. It was a traumatic situation, and in the midst of it, I was like, nah, it's okay. When I had no other resources for survival, so it was used at a time when there was no other resources. It was used to survive, but we don't need these survival skills anymore. We're in thriving mode now. We're not in survival mode, so we're gonna move into thriving mode. And when we're thriving, we don't put up with shit. So the negative aspect of using denial was that I lost touch with myself and my feelings. No mistake, Mrs. JTA, right? So that I was, the negative aspect of using denial was that I lost touch with myself, disassociated with myself, and I lost touch with my feelings. I disassociated with my feelings. I shoved them all way down, and it's taken me years to peel back each layer so I can get to them and finally feel them so I can deal with them, so I can heal them. Feel them, deal with them, heal them. I became able to participate in harmful situations without even knowing I was hurting myself. I was able to tolerate a great deal of pain and abuse without the foggiest notion that it was abnormal. I didn't even know it was abnormal. It was just like, well, this is just the way it is. And I'm okay with it, and it's not hurting me. It was the things I told myself, which was a survival mechanism and an absolute lie. I learned to participate in my own abuse. Yep, self-abuse, addictive behavior, self-punishment, mental dialogue can be self-abuse in itself. Denial protected me from pain. So we're in a recovery program where we can now feel that pain because we have a support system, we have a program, we have ways to now feel that pain, and it's okay because once we feel it, it can move its way through us instead of getting stuck. So denial protected me from my pain, but it also rendered me blind to my feelings, my needs, and myself. No, I don't need that. I decided as a child, like, I have no need. It was too painful to express needs and not get them met. That was more painful than just not having needs. So I decided, well, then I have no needs. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. Nope, I don't need them. I don't need that thing in life. I don't need those things. I'm fine just as I am. I'm fine just where I am. And I wasn't. But it was a survival. So it was like a thick blanket that covered and smothered me almost to my own death. Eventually, I began to recover. I had a glimpse of awareness about my pain, my feelings, my behaviors. I wrote this. I feel like I wrote this. I began to see myself and the world as they were. You know, when I was in that blanket, I saw through the filter of that. I saw the world through a filter. So it's like an unreality. So I wasn't able to see the world as it was. But now I begin to see myself and the world as we were. There was so much denial from my past that I had there was so much denial from the past that had the blanket been entirely ripped from me, I would have died from the shock of exposure. That's why recovery happens in little stages. More will be revealed. We only get a little bit of time. God only gives us what we can handle in the moment. And there's been times when I've been feeling so much pain in recovery that I've said to my friends, like, oh my God, if God only gives us what we can handle, he's made a mistake because I can't handle this. But I was able to handle it because I leaned into my support system. So back in the day, though, that would have shocked. I would have had a shock of the exposure of all that pain. So I needed to embrace insights, remembrances, awareness, and healing. I needed to embrace that gently and gradually, one little step at a time. Life participated in this process with me. It is a gentle teacher. Life is a gentle teacher. The universe is supporting and loving. As I recovered, I was brought to the incidents and people I needed in order to remind me of what I was still denying. So people were brought into my life that helped me see what I was still denying. Words were spoken to me, stories were told to me, and I was like, oh. So I was able to see what I was still denying. And then these things happened to tell me where I required more healing from my past as I could handle these insights. I still use and break through denial as needed. When the winds of change blow through, upsetting a familiar structure and preparing me for the new, I pick up my blanket and hide sometimes for a while. I still do this too. Sometimes I go into isolation because it just all feels like too much. Sometimes, though, when someone I love has a problem, I hide under the blanket momentarily. Memories emerge of things denied, memories that need to be remembered, felt, and accepted. So here I like to say, feel it, deal with it so we can heal it. In the book here, it's saying we got to feel it, we got to remember it, feel it, and then accept it so that it can continue to become healed, strong, and healthy. That's the goal, getting strong and healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. Sometimes I feel ashamed about how long it takes me to struggle through to accept reality. Yep, I'm like, oh my God, I've talked about this, I'm like, oh my God, another mountain. I thought I dealt with that. I was speaking with someone special to me just recently, and as I was sharing an old part of the past, I started to well up, and I said, fuck, I thought I dealt with this already, but nope, there was some more emotion in there that wants to be felt, so I still am getting more revealed as I go through. So sometimes I feel ashamed about how long it takes me to struggle through to accept reality. I feel embarrassed when I find myself again clouded by the fog of denial. Then something happens and I can see that I am moving forward. The experience was necessary, connected, not at all a mistake, but an important part of healing. It's an exciting process. This journey called recovery. It is exciting. It's my life. I wrote a song about it. I am recovery. I am recovery. I am recovery. Not I'm in recovery, but I am recovery. It's exciting. It's awesome. I'm continually learning and growing and healing so I can become my best self and not be blanketed by shame and embarrassment and old pains from the past. Nothing's stuck in me anymore. I can be a free spirit. So it's an exciting process, this journey called recovery. But I understand I may sometimes use denial to help me get through the rough spots. It's a survival mechanism. I'm also aware that denial is a friend and an enemy. So it can be a friend and a foe. I'm on the alert for danger signs. Those cloudy, confusing feelings, sluggish energy, feeling compulsive, running too fast or too hard, which I was just doing in my past couple of weeks, and avoiding support mechanism. It's like I was talking to a dear friend of mine yesterday. I said, "Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why am I not talking to my friends? It's been 2 weeks since I made a phone call to a friend. I'm on the phone with friends daily. What's going on? 2 weeks. It's a lifetime these days. It's how I lived in the past, alone all the time. I don't need to do that anymore. I have a huge support system. So I can feel compulsive and running too hard, too fast, and avoid support mechanisms. I've gained a healthy respect for our need to use denial as a blanket to wrap ourselves in when we become too cold. It isn't my job to run around ripping people's blankets off or shaming others for using their blanket. Shaming makes them colder, makes them wrap themselves more tightly. So don't shame others when they're in their blankets of denial, but you can help shed a light. Shaming makes them, shaming makes them colder, makes them wrap themselves even more tightly in the blanket. Yanking their blankets away is dangerous. They could die of exposure the same way I could have. I've learned the best thing I can do around people who are wrapped in this blanket is to make them feel warm and safe and help them know they deserve better. The warmer and safer they feel, the more able they are to drop their blanket. I don't have to support or encourage their denial. I can be direct. If others are in denial about a particular thing and their activity is harmful to me, I don't have to be around them. I can wish them well and take care of myself. I had an ex relationship where I continued to put myself around them, and it was harmful to me. So that's what's kind of probably an example. So I don't have to be. You see, if I stand too long around someone who is harming me, I will inevitably pick up my blanket again too. Birds of a feather flock together. I tend to be attracted to warm people. When I'm around warm people, I don't need to use my blanket. That's the support system. We can let our guard down when we feel comforted and supported, and the people around us aren't going to judge us. So we can let our guard down, open ourselves up, and then feel this stuff, deal with this stuff, and then heal this stuff. I've gained respect for creating warm environments where blankets are not needed, or at least not needed for very long. I've gained trust in the way people heal from and deal with life. Woo, baby! Preaching to the choir. Here's your prayer today. I love this reading. Here's your prayer. God, help me be open to and trust the process that is healing me from all I have denied from my past. Help me strive for awareness and acceptance, but also help me practice gentleness and compassion for myself and others for those times I have used denial. Frickin' men. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Sweet dreams. Lights out.